I shouldn't do that, should I? I mean, it's not really the right thing to do. Show you my teeth instead. It's Christmas. And, sort of just over 2,000 years ago, God made himself human. So, he showed us how to be human in the shape of Jesus just over 2,000 years ago. And then about 33 years after that, after his birth, he sacrificed himself and made himself the final sacrifice, really, to God. God sacrificed himself unto himself, so that human beings wouldn't have to make any sacrifices to God ever again. So, in this age now, this 2014, soon to be 2015, and throughout the last century, who have we been making sacrifices to? And what have those sacrifices been for? Personally, I think it's the devil, Satan. After all, isn't it said in Christianity that, this devil is going to take over the planet? And the Muslims think he's going to rule from Jerusalem, when Israel controls the lands between the two great rivers, the Euphrates and the Nile. So, what a Christmas message this is. Look at the mess in the Middle East, the conflict. What's driving this conflict? It seems to be those who control the monetary economic system. The mess, as I like to call it. I'm going to pause for a while. I'll be back. I'm back. And the dogs have stopped barking. The mess. The monetary economic system. Everybody worships the mess. The mess we all are forced to live in. Forced. Got no choice. And we comply. $7.2 billion of us comply. Oh, it's all right. It's all right to be a part of this system. I mean, I'm doing okay. You know, playing my, what's it called? Oh, damn it, I've forgotten what it's called. Something fruity. Candy Crush. Yeah, I got it. There goes the phone. Anyway, Jesus was born a human being, or God became a human being in the form of Jesus, and he showed us how to live his life. Now we're told that God knows everything because he looks down on all of us from the beginning of time to the end of time, and he puts an end to it all. But when I look at Jesus' life, I see a man, a human being, that learnt the rules and regulations and the religious beliefs of the age that he lived in and behaved the way he should behave. And what I see in Jesus is that he seemed to share everything more than anything else. That's the thing that stands out about Jesus, the ability to want to share or make things abundant for the people that were listening to him, with the loaves and fishes and things like that. That was the humanity of Jesus, sharing and making things abundant. But what we're suffering in this age now is everything is controlled by how much we can afford. Everybody's got to make a profit, in their worship of the mess. Roll-ups always go out, and I'm still smoking tobacco, and I've dropped it on the floor. Oh, baby. Yeah. The chair slipped because it's on rollers, this one, isn't it? Wishing you a Merry, Merry Christmas. Say again. I haven't got a clue. I never got up in time. The phone rang. The mess, I suppose. So, and the mess is really the worship of money. But to me, although I have to exist in this world, money comes in one hand and out the other, straight away. I mean, I like to bother with it at all. even in this existence, this world. But the wife handles all the money. She's trapped in this world. She's sort of, some people don't like me referring to the Matrix, but she is plugged in. Mind you, most of the 7.2 billion people that live on the planet are also very much plugged in, complying. And when you comply, really that just makes you a slave. We have to be aiming, trying to achieve not just a better quality of life for the people, for all the people on the planet, but the best quality of life we can achieve in this 21st century. If our world leaders aren't trying to achieve that, and it doesn't appear so to me with all the bickering, for want of a better word, all over the planet really, then they need to be sacked, got rid of somehow. Because they're not doing what the future demands, the children of the future. Obama's not leaving his children, not, the best future that they can possibly have. Well, I tell a lie, he probably is leaving the best future that they can possibly have in this system, because they're going to have plenty of money. Now, I know that, Jesus shared as a human being, and all human beings should share. It is my human right to 7.2 billionth of the world's resources, and I have a 7.2 billionth say in the matter about who owns those resources. And so do all you lot out there, you 7.2 billion people, whether you're atheists, Christians or Muslims or Jews or whatever else there is, Hindus, Sikhs, all of you. I'm going to pause it again. Humanity is fighting itself. These jihadists, these soldiers of the West, are fighting each other. And the jihadists really think that these Western nations are promoting Israel, and not really Israel, But Zionism, no, I don't think Jesus was interested or even thought about the prospect of Zionism. He talked about the devil, I suppose, and what he was going to do, and seems to be doing. One shouldn't laugh at these things, should one? Some people think that the devil will rule from Jerusalem before 2030. We'll have to see how bad things get. Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? Down the lane, snow is glistening. Entertainment is sent to distract us. The frictions caused by the United States and the Ukraine and every other nation really are sent to distract us. The Cold War ended when that guy with the mark on his head, I think it was, I can't remember his name now. Gorbachev, was it? I don't know. I'm bound to be wrong. When he was told that NATO wouldn't expand further than Germany. And we all know that's not true with, Ukraine now wanting to be part of NATO. Why? What are they scared of? Why should be scared? Why should anybody be scared of any other group of humanity's rushing tide? It seems as though the propaganda of the West says we should dislike Mr. Putin a lot. And the propaganda of Russia seems to be that, Mr. Obama is being a very, very silly man. And so all the other people that support the United States of America we are exceptional. Excuse me. It's these austere living conditions that I'm having to live in. Causes runny noses, and I do have, look, Mr. Cameron, several layers of warm clothing on. The mess, the monetary economic system, the worship of Mammon. And everybody's doing it. They can't escape the Mammon Matrix, because that's what it is. They're trapped in the Mammon Matrix, when all they have to do is say, well, let's get organized. What is the greatest need that this present has? And the greatest need, as far as I'm concerned, that this present has is making sure that we're going to survive as human beings on this planet. I mean, look at all that plastic in the Pacific. Let's recycle it. Or it costs too much. It would cost too much. Everything costs too much. All those starving millions all over the planet, those that are dying one every minute through polluted water. And the supposedly 3 children dying every, 1 child dying every 3 to 4 seconds from preventable diseases. Our nation's world leaders are condoning those deaths. And by default, 7.2 billion people are condoning those deaths too, because we allow and comply with the wishes of our world leaders, who seem to want to fight wars for oil resources of any kind. We want those resources. We can't have them. They belong to me and 7.2 billion other people. You're stealing them from us. I live. 7.2 billion other people live. And we want our equal share. But you've all got the right to it. Really. We have the right as human beings to create the best civilization that we can. And really, all we have to do, 7.2 billion of us, is share. But you're not going to share, are you? You can't. You're trapped. Trapped in the Mammon Matrix. You can't afford to share. I can't afford to share. I do, but not as much as some people share. It's all these charities, isn't it? Make you feel good when you share or give. But why should a system exist that needs charities? Yeah, charities have been at it for years, and they're not curing the problem. But yeah, as Disraeli says, some things don't matter, and most things don't matter at all. $7.2 billion people need to stop being in competition with each other.
Did you hear what I just said?
No,
Have you left me some potatoes for Sunday dinner?
I haven't had any potatoes.
Well, who's had them?
Oh, I don't know.
Have you had chips?
You see, these are the struggles of the lower class.
Had what?
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
What? Taking back down for?
Merry Christmas, Dr. Lawrence.